this is our live shot. That's the EDSA Estrella. Oh, traffic seems to be getting a little heavy, but it's still light at least in this part of EDSA. But as always, for those who've been watching Solar Daybreak, at this start of the day, traffic is light, but sometimes it will only take just a few minutes, and then the next thing you know, traffic will become a bit heavy. So for those who are just about to leave their homes, just get ready for the morning rush. And for those who are just about to wake up, here is a view of our skyline. And it's overcast. It seems a bit gloomy, but it does not have to define your day today. So wake up, get ready for work, or get ready for school, or get ready for whatever event you have in mind. We know it's going to be a good day for you. This is Solar Daybreak on the Solar News Channel. I'm Amelin Veloso. Pat Fernandez is at the Solar Weather Center, and she will give you updates on tropical Krising within the hour. And of course, it's Wednesday, February 20, 2013. And today in history, February 20, 1862, Francisco Baltazar, known as the Prince of Tagalog Poets, dies at the age of 73. Widely known through his pen name, Francisco Balagtas, he wrote Florante at Laura, considered as one of the masterpieces of Philippine literature. And on the same day in 1877, the Russian ballet Swan Lake by composer Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky premieres at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow. It tells the story of a princess turned into a swan by an evil sorcerer's curse. And in 1944, Batman and Robin comic strip premieres in newspapers. As we munch on our breakfast, here's a quote from German filmmaker Wim Wenders. He said, "If we start by changing our image of the world, we'll end up changing the world." Our photographer of the week, Ven Rojas, is the founding president of the Miata Camera Club. Today, he brings us to the 56th Macau Grand Prix, an annual motor racing event. Ven shares that all F1 drivers are picked from the Macau Grand Prix, one of the longest-running car races in the world. Here, he takes two photos, which won the first and third prizes, respectively, in the photo contest sponsored by the Macau Tourism Board. The picture shows spectators watching the race, including one of the Macau monuments as background. Finally, Ven shows one of the first photos he took using his DSLR camera. The picture shows a group of Miatas with the breathtaking Taal volcano as a backdrop. And now let's take a look at our banner stories of the major dailies for today. Okay, the Philippine Daily Inquirer headline reads, KL says no compromise. Malaysian forces start moving in on Sulu Sultan's followers. Lahadatu, Malaysian security forces on Tuesday began to move in on a group of armed Filipinos holed up in a village in Sabah as the Malaysian Home Minister vowed never to compromise his country's sovereignty and security. And here is a photo. It's a close-up view of Malaysia's Home Minister, Hussein, who uses a pair of binoculars to view Tanduao village. And below here, it reads, Enrile flies to Cagayan, Biazon visits Ceza today. And in the Philippine Star headline reads, Pinoy smells sabotage of peace talks. The standoff in Sabah has infuriated President Aquino, who suspects that the incident is meant to sabotage his administration's peace initiatives with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, reliable sources said yesterday. And on top it reads, 10 commandments for voters issued. Don't pick candidates for their looks or popularity alone, and don't pick the corrupt. These are among the 10 commandments for responsible voting. Okay, and that on the right portion, it reads, Pag-asa, 23 areas on Krising alert. Okay. And in the Manila Bulletin, headline reads, Cracks in Team Pinoy. NPC guarantees support to only 3 members of LP-led senatorial ticket. And below here is a photo Fiery Tuesday. Residents watch on rooftops as a fire rages in Parola 1, Tondo, Manila yesterday. 3 persons were reported killed in that fire. 2 other fires hit Metro Manila on the same day, one in Valenzuela City and another in Quezon City. The Valenzuela fire left 2,000 families homeless, while the one in Quezon City left 100 families without homes. And in the Manila Times, headline reads, Paul commissioners face bribery charges. Media group slams meeting between Tagle, Yusuf, Fuentebella. Did money change hands? And on the right side it reads, peace deal with MILF behind Sabah crisis. And below it reads, Sabah standoff result of Aquino-MILF pact. And in the Manila Standard today, headline reads, NPC cuts off ties with Team Pinoy. And here is a photo. Hold up, this is where most of the Filipinos who refuse to leave Sabah are holding out. And here on the left, it reads, Malaysia may give in to few demands. Some of the demands of the Filipinos who are holed up in a remote village of Lahad-Datu town in northeastern Borneo may be granted, Malaysian Home Minister Hussein said in Kota Kinabalu on Tuesday. And below it, it reads, Government Task Force for Mindanao Development up. And in the Malaya Business Insight, headline reads, imported cigarettes made cheaper by new sin tax law. And on the left, it reads, Purisima orders LGUs to update land valuation. And lastly, in the Business Mirror, headline reads, $5.9 billion. Tampakan gets government nod. The government has issued to Sagittarius Mines Incorporated the environmental compliance certificate it has long sought to start operations of the $5.9 billion Tampakan copper gold project. And those are the banner stories of our major dailies today. And now let's check on what's trending this morning on social networking sites. In Twitter, netizens around the globe are talking about Toy Story 4. Disney and Pixar are rumored to release the 4th installment of the computer-animated comedy film Toy Story in 2015. However, as of today, it remains a rumor, as the Pixar Times tweeted that both Disney and Pixar are yet to make an announcement about it. Also in Twitter, here in the Philippines, netizens are talking about Bukidnon. Last night, a security guard was killed, while 3 others were injured in what is believed to be an attack from the New People's Army rebels at a multinational firm compound in Manolo Fortich, Bukidnon. Neri Alfredo was killed, while security guards Jofol Sumawan, Franklin Millanes, and civilian Mario Ayuban were injured. And one of the Yahoo trending topics this morning is the death of self-help author Debbie Ford. Debbie Ford recently died from cancer at the age of 57. Ford wrote 9 self-help books, including her 1998 book and New York Times bestseller, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, which aims to help readers overcome their dark side. Tropical Depression Christine has maintained its strength as it passes through the country. Pat Fernandez will now give us the latest on the weather. Hi Pat, good morning.
Hello, Ameline. Good morning, and good morning to all our viewers this Wednesday morning. Well, yes, Ameline, you're right. Tropical Depression Christine has maintained its strength as it moves towards the western part of the country, but it has a slim chance of developing into a typhoon. At 4 a.m. today, its center was estimated to be at 140 kilometers northwest of Zamboanga City. It carries maximum sustained winds of 45 kilometers per hour near the center, and this is forecast to move west-northwest at 24 kilometers per hour. Because of this, as you can see in our metro weatherscape, moderate to heavy rains may be experienced here in Palawan. You can see the red area over there, while a huge amount of rainfall and gusty winds may be experienced here in Zamboanga and in the provinces of Basilan and Sulu. Coastal waters along these areas will be moderate to rough. Meanwhile, Bicol region and the provinces in Visayas and in the rest of Palawan, you can see the yellow area there. This will have partly cloudy skies with moderate to heavy rain showers and thunderstorms, and this may trigger flash flood and landslides, as this low pressure area was estimated 220 kilometers northwest of Puerto Princesa City. And here in Luzon, the provinces of Mindoro, Marinduque, and Romblon will be cloudy today with light to moderate rain showers and thunderstorms. And here in Metro Manila and for the rest of the country as well, it will just be partly cloudy with isolated rains. Storm warning signals have been lowered in some parts of Mindanao with only signal number 1 still raised in Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga Sibugay, Basilan, Sulu, and Southern Palawan. If this will maintain its speed and direction, Pag-asa says Tropical Depression Krising may leave the Philippine area of responsibility by tomorrow morning, which they can expect to be at 330 kilometers southwest of Puerto Princesa City. Moderate to strong winds blowing from the southeast to east will prevail over the rest of Mindanao, and this wind blowing from the northeast over the rest of the country. So the coastal waters along these areas will be moderate to rough. Expect strong to gale force wind to affect the northern, eastern, and southern seaboards of Luzon, the central and eastern seaboards of Visayas, and the eastern seaboard of Mindanao. Because of this, fishing boats and other small sea craft are advised not to venture out into the sea, while larger sea vessels are alerted against big waves. That's the latest on the weather this morning. Amlin.
Thanks, Pat. Let's now have Pia Bonalos for the traffic situation in the metro. She's in EDSA Orense. Hi, Pia. Good morning.
Good morning, Amelin. I am here on EDSA Orense this cloudy Wednesday morning to give you the latest traffic situation in the area. Vehicles going on EDSA Orense northbound lane will be having no problems as traffic is still generally light at this time. This light traffic will be experienced all the way to Guadalupe, Shaw Boulevard, and Ortigas Avenue, although a moderate to heavy buildup awaits you on White Plains and Santolan. After that, you would be experiencing a smooth drive from Main Avenue all the way to Timog. Vehicles on EDSA southbound lane, however, are already having a headache at this time as moderate to heavy traffic is already experienced on Timog. This stretches to Aurora Boulevard, P. Tuazon, Santolan, and White Plains. Although it eases up on Ortigas Avenue and Shaw Boulevard, it becomes moderate again once you hit Reliance and Pioneer Boni. Another moderate buildup awaits you on Kalayaan, Estrella to Buendia, after which you'll be having a problem-free drive all the way to Orense. Meanwhile, last night, fire razed the Manila Film Center in Pasay at 7 p.m. The fires that started at 7 p.m. reached 5th alarm. Performers say that they were getting ready to do their makeup when one of the staff members barged in looking for a fire extinguisher. The cause of fire is still being determined by the Bureau of Fire Protection. The BFP says, however, given the age of the building, faulty electrical wiring may have caused the fire. Meanwhile, in Tondo, 4 people, including a 2-year-old child, were killed in the fire that broke out yesterday. At least 1,911 individuals were left homeless by the fire, and they are now staying at the Belpan Sports Complex. Manila Mayor Alfredo Lim is expected to visit the fire victims this morning. To prevent occurrences of fire and to protect our household, there are fire tips for today. Always sleep with the bedroom doors closed. This will keep deadly heat and smoke out of bedrooms, giving you additional time to escape. Find a way for everyone to sound a family alarm. Yelling, pounding on walls, and whistles can help. Don't waste time getting dressed and don't search for pets or valuables. Just get out of your house. Roll out of bed. Stay low. One breath of smoke or gas may be enough to take your life. And that's the latest traffic situation and the latest updates on fire here from EDSA Orense. Amelin?